You're listening to the Productive Not Busy podcast, where our mission is to make you more money so you'll have less stress and more free time. It's all about mindset, attitude, and taking action. And your host, Wayne Weathersby, knows how to make that happen. He's negotiated and closed over $150 million in contracts while building businesses with proven success strategies that he wants to share with you. So if you're ready to make some real money, then let's get to it. Here's Coach Wayne.
Welcome back to the Productive Not Busy podcast. I hope you guys are doing well. Today, we are going to talk about the power within you, how to gain power and influence at work and in life. This is something that a lot of people ask me about a lot. So if you're familiar with the idea of power at work and in life, you might believe that you'll never have any power at all. Perhaps it's because one of these reasons, right? I don't know the right people. I didn't attend the right school. I didn't have the right college. I'm not shy. I'm too nice. But these aren't true limitations. They may be obstacles to overcome in some circumstances, but these obstacles can be bested by those with skills and motivation to do so, even with a disadvantage of starting point. You can become powerful within your workplace and throughout the rest of your life. It's absolutely possible. Yes, anyone can become powerful, even you. So, however, it's necessary to work hard and be persistent, intelligent, strategic, and possess a willingness to be very assertive from time to time. Some people are comfortable with that. The key to becoming powerful is the development of these skills and their intelligent application. So why is power good? Most people have an aversion to power. They believe that power includes the obligation of greater responsibility or the necessity to be unkind and manipulative. And really, neither one of those is true. Everyone should want more power for several reasons, if you ask me. Those with power live longer and healthier lives. Those with less power tend to live shorter and unhealthier lives. Those with lower level careers are more likely to smoke, drink excessively, and have poor dietary habits, and die from heart disease. Status and power can play an even larger role in health. Many studies demonstrate that the amount of authority one has at work is a strong predictor of mortality. Do the research, look it up. The ability to control your environment is soothing. When negative circumstances are outside your influence, you feel helpless and anxious. Being on the bottom rung of the ladder is bad for your health. Power is good for the bank account. Those with power have bigger, better, and more opportunities to generate financial wealth. Power and influence go together. When you have power, you can influence others. Used properly, influence leads to wealth. Now, I'm not saying that somebody coming from a bad background can't be successful. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about already being there, not what it took to get there. So using your influence properly leads to wealth usually. Having power gives you choices. You have more employment opportunities, more control over your life in general, and more ability to get things done. Power provides a foothold to leadership. Your power grows exponentially when you can get others and lead them successfully. So you see where I'm going with this? It's not talking about the power itself. It's talking about becoming powerful, having the tools to be powerful, to be a leader. Anybody has that ability. There are many advantages to having power. There are few things negative about having power if you wield it responsibly. It's like a gun or a knife. There's a saying that the average person wants to be wealthy and the wealthy person wants to be more powerful. The drive to acquire more power has practical implications, but there are also ego-related issues to this as well. Many people feel better about themselves when they have more power. So, how far you wish to take your quest for power is up to you. Christopher Reeve, the guy that played Superman, had a great quote. Said, "What makes Superman a hero is not that he has power, but that he has the wisdom and the maturity to use the power wisely." So, from an acting standpoint, that's how I approach the part. I love that. So, the obstacles of gaining power. You have fewer obstacles than you think. A few of the obstacles are outside of your control, though, such as competition. There's no point in worrying about those. The obstacles that are under your control are up to you to manage. These obstacles are easy to understand, but not easy to deal with. Totally different. There are only two obstacles preventing you from having more power in your life. Number one is incorrect beliefs. Those that have trouble increasing their level of power have at least a few faulty beliefs. Think about it. You can't play the game if you don't understand the rules. The most significant faulty belief is that the world is fair and just. Most of us believe that we are deserving of more power in our minds. All we must do is perform well at work, be kind, and we'll eventually get the power we deserve. This isn't true. Come on, man, as Joe Biden says. Do you generally like the powerful people at the workplace or do you dislike them? By believing the world is fair, you ignore the potential traps in your environment that can limit or destroy your career. Just because you're playing by a set of moral rules doesn't mean everyone else is. Psychologists believe that the need to believe the world is fair is rooted in the need for control. When you believe the world works in a kind manner, you're allowing yourself to believe that you have control over the world with your behavior. But this need for certainty can result in freaking disaster. The other significant obstacle is yourself. Assuming you're like 99% of the population, your worst enemy is yourself. You'd accomplish all kinds of amazing things if you could just get out of your own freaking way. The level of power you enjoy in your life is no exception. You can become incredibly powerful, but you present yourself with certain obstacles. Most of us naturally avoid struggle. There you go. Struggle is uncomfortable. And anytime you struggle, you're most likely going to fail. You like to feel good and have high opinion of yourself, so it's natural to avoid struggle. Unfortunately, power can require struggle. It's easier not to try than it is to try and fail. That's what I see a lot, even with myself. Everyone has a unique way of viewing himself and protects that image at all costs. If you see yourself as a nice person, you'll tend to do nice things, for example. Do you see yourself as someone powerful or as someone that's destined for power? If not, gaining power will be challenging. You can change your life and gain all the power you could ever want. Your primary obstacles are your lack of understanding and your lack of self control. Both are under your control to change. In fact, these two obstacles are just about your only two obstacles for anything you want in life, really. So, the personal characteristics you must cultivate to gain this power go like this. Those with the power have certain characteristics, just like those that are great parents or excellent entrepreneurs. Developing the appropriate characteristics will aid you in your search for power. You might feel negativity about a few of them, but keep an open mind. You have to in this instance. You might come to view them in a new light. So, first, you want to develop the characteristics that are shared by those with the greatest amount of power. The willingness to create and tolerate both conflict and discomfort is crucial. There's a lot of information on the negative impact of bullying type behavior and what it can do in the workplace. There's a lot of evidence that some behaviors that cause discomfort are highly effective. The average employee is very reluctant to encourage or engage in any sort of conflict because it makes them feel uncomfortable. Difficult people and circumstances are viewed as sometimes a thing to avoid at all costs. Okay. If you can learn to tolerate conflict and discomfort, it creates a huge advantage for you. because most people can't. That doesn't mean that you must be overly aggressive and disrespectful. That's not what I'm talking about. It does mean that if you're willing to passionately state your case and hold your ground, you'll be successful in getting your way more often than not. Now, again, this is like a superpower. You can't go around freaking stabbing and swinging and clubbing people. That's not what we're talking about here. And the way I'm wording this whole episode, it depends on what kind of person you are. So you have to look inside. It's not about being powerful and arrogant and an asshole. This is about being passionate and willing to have conversations with people that are uncomfortable so that you can both come to a conclusion that's a win-win situation. Having confidence has several advantages. You'll often have to deal with others that don't know your reputation or accomplishments or job title. They'll take cues from your level of confidence. Confidence is an important component of charisma and magnifies your ability to lead and influence other people. So consider your coworkers' lack of self-confidence, right? How are they treated? How are their careers going? Are they happy? A lot of times you'll find out that they're not happy at work or at home. They're just a malcontent. How would you rate them out in their social setting? Self-development and developing yourself enhances your skills and teaches you more about yourself. So you can read regularly. You can read about your industry, leadership, social skills, and anything else that would facilitate your quest to acquire more power in your position. You want to access yourself each day as well. What did you do well? What did you do poorly? And what changes could you make? See, if you look at this, you'll have an effect on the others around you as well when you do this. Learn new skills. Public speaking, body language, and networking are just a few of those things. You ever gone to a training session and it was like watching paint dry? Either the person was a terrible speaker, they had terrible body language, or they were just reading shit out of a book. It's boring, man. It helps to be ambitious. Becoming powerful requires time, effort, energy, a lot of work, and a lot of consistency. So having ambition is required. Focus and specialize. It's easier to increase your level of power if you're an expert in your field. So find a niche and be that expert. The more focused your area of expertise, the easier it is to become the go-to expert. I want you to focus also to include your daily activities. Are you spending your time effectively? See, I'm a big time blocking, time management guy. Are you creating as much impact as you possibly could? Determine the most important 20% of your possible activities and place 80% of your time and attention there. Focus is such rare commodity that you can gain a lot of traction over your competition by just harnessing that and focusing on it. The ability to read others accurately. This is a good one. How well do you know those around you? Can you predict how they'll react to a particular request? And can you tell with a high degree of accuracy how someone is reacting to you? Can you read the emotions of others? This is an important skill, honestly, if you want to influence others. Abraham Lincoln, literally all men can stand adversity, but if you want to test a man's character, give him power. We're going to continue this topic on the next episode. Thank you for your time. Hope you have a great day. Be safe, take care, and sell a bunch. We're going to be covering tips for becoming more powerful in the next episode. Bye, y'all.
You've been listening to the Productive Not Busy podcast with Coach Wayne. Join us next time for more money-making strategies to help you have less stress and more free time. Follow us on Facebook at Productive Not Busy, on Instagram at frontline.coach.wayne, and on Twitter at Wayne New Jr. And remember, be productive, not busy.